Morning, welcome to today's Garage Cricket. Today we're going to be looking at the sweep shot and all the different types of sweep out there. Then you can go away, try out all those different types of sweep, and then as quickly as you can get it into either your own imaginary game using your wall and invent up your field. If it's just yourself or if you've got some to play with, get them bowling to you and put it into practicing kind of like a real life mini game. So the sweep shot is played predominantly to spinners, though it can be done with real skill to fast bowlers. It's a cross-batted shot and allows us to manipulate the ball into different areas of the field depending on which one that you use, and therefore it can be really good at spreading the fielders out and helping you to score runs and frustrate the bowler, because it really messes up with their length as well, meaning they can no longer bowl full and therefore they have to drop short, and then you can use your pulls, cuts, back foot drives against spinners, which we covered in the videos the other day. So the different types of sweep shots then, we'll cover those now. My garage is quite narrow, therefore I won't be using a cricket bat for much of this because of the risk of damaging it. So today I'm going to be using my boxing pad. It works quite well because it allows you to get out to the ball. You have to really get your hands out there, but obviously you can use books, you can use DVDs, mini cricket bats. I'm going to use a flipper at some point later. So let's have a look at these sweeps in action then. Right then, so the first one is my paddle sweep, and my paddle sweep, if I just take my stance here as a right-hander, will deflect the ball behind square, so on the leg side, towards kind of out of my garage into that area over there. I want to use the pace of the ball and deflect it. So off we go, and you see how I'm just guiding it and helping it round the corner like that. So I'm just going to angle it off over there. Now, the one key theme that remains the same throughout all of these shots is that they all require a lunge. So they all require you to get out to the ball and bend that front knee to allow you to get low and get your eyes towards it. You notice how my pad gets a long way, if I just show it through here, out in front of my body to allow me to guide it around, and I can just change the angles to help it through there. So one more time, my paddle sweep. Oh, that's not a very good feed. I'll just guide away like that there. So the second one we've got is my square sweep. It's quite a hard sweep, so whereas in the one we've just looked at you're using the pace, this time you're putting pace on the delivery yourself. And this time it's going to go at 90 degrees to the batsman. So square the wicket towards the square leg umpire. And it's going to look like that. So you're coming through, and if you want to hit it along the ground, you want to go from high to low. If you want to hit it up, from low to high. So it should look like that there. So you see how I'm putting more power on the ball and that angle of the bat. That helps guide it down for me. You may want to, if you've got a cabinet like this and it's going to rebound, pop your helmet on or something to protect your head if necessary. So then the third one we've got is my slog sweep. My slog sweep should go over mid-wicket, so out 45 degrees in that direction over there. And you want to kind of clear the leg, so it's going in front of square, it's going back over there. And this time, predominantly, it goes up and over, but there's absolutely no reason again why you can't play it on the floor. So that there's my slog sweep. And then finally, I've got my reverse sweep, and again, this involves guiding the ball. The reverse sweep, as soon as you see someone get into that position, you assume it's going towards the leg side. Therefore, they may have packed the field on the leg side. If you can reverse it and play it towards the offside, it opens up new scoring opportunities. Some people see it as a very risky shot, but it's just practice. I was watching the highlights of de Villiers' century against Australia at Port Elizabeth a couple of years ago, and the commentator said he doesn't see it as a risky shot because it's just well practiced and it's just a scoring option. So on my reverse sweep, it's like the paddle sweep, but I just turn the bat over, in this case the boxing pad at the last minute, and guide it away. So I get out to the ball and just kind of guide it. And you can have different adaptations here. You can go and hit the ball a bit more power on it. Someone like Owen Morgan does that very, very well there. So, if you've used the pad, it should have been on your bottom hand today. So for me as a right-hander, that pad was down on my right hand. If I'm a left-hander, my bottom hand is my left pad, like that. The reason I like the pad, as I say, is it means you have to get out towards the ball. One of the problems I tend to see when young people play this shot is that they don't get low enough to the ball, and therefore that means the bat comes at this kind of 45-degree angle. They don't get low enough, and that increases the chances of missing it. So you really want to see, are you able to get out to the ball really, really closely, like that, and then you can play around with your contact points. So if I just demonstrate with the bat there, there's my paddle sweep. I got that nice and low there. That there being my square sweep. Slog sweep's a bit hard to do indoors, so I just missed that one out. And then there's my reverse sweep. Each time I get out to the ball and my hands, see how low they are over there, like that. Now, as I said earlier, this is a really good way of putting a spin bowler off his length, because he now can't pitch that ball anywhere near you. If you can play all of those shots, and the great thing about the sweep is it kind of doesn't matter which line the ball pitches on, because if the ball pitches out here, I can slog sweep it over there. If it pitches over there, I can get inside it and paddle it. If it's on the stumps, I can square sweep or paddle it again. So there's loads and loads of different options, and the reverse sweep can almost be played wherever it is, even if it's well outside leg stump. So, as I said earlier, if you're struggling equipment-wise, feel free to use all sorts of things. So here I've got my flipper. I can get out to that ball. I can do it one-handed, or I can do it two-handed. So just be able to play around with the equipment and give all of the different shots a go. Now, if you want to make it harder, we said it is a leg, not a leg spinner necessarily, any spinner that you would play these shots to. So don't be afraid to add in a ramp or something to get it to turn, to make it a little bit more difficult. Put some spin on the ball yourself when you feed it, and just play around with all those different types of sweeps. So just to summarise, make sure you get that lunge position. You know what you're trying to do with each sweep, where you're trying to get the ball, and get those hands really low to the ground, out in front of the body, and that will really, really help you get better contact and have more success. So, as I say, the next step now is to play a game maybe where you can only score runs using the sweep shot. So if it's not there for the sweep shot, you're there defending, just staying in. As soon as a sweep shot becomes available, try one of those 4 varieties. Thanks for watching, and good luck.